Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the tiniest one back with another video for you. And this one is going to be very raw. There's going to be lots of bad lights and all of that sort of stuff. And that is because I'm going to give you an idea about what's going to be going on over the next couple of weeks so that you guys can keep an eye on what I'm doing. Obviously, because of all of the stuff that's going on in the world at the moment, it does mean that I'm having to produce content from kind of nowhere, which weirdly fits in with the stuff that's happening. So, I did lose my sister at the start or middle of January, if you didn't know. And since then, I've actually been trying to sort of like move house as well. And I did hint that I was going to give you a little bit more of a, this is where I was, this is where I'm going, and that's what this video is going to be. So if you're interested, stay tuned because you're going to get a little bit of a background look at TTL Towers. We kind of had to feature the doorbell, didn't we? So many of you would have heard that in some of the older videos, but this is the original home flat. And this was the original office. This is where I first started making my YouTube videos, well, after the shed anyway. My rig was over there, we had Orca in this room. We did eventually get air conditioning and stuff as well. But what a lot of people didn't realise is when Michaela's dad passed away, this ended up getting turned back into my bedroom, which I'll cover a little bit more depth anyway. But yeah, this was where the bulk of the videos were. You will have seen this wall white, blue, funny wallpaper, grey. There was loads of changes that we did in here over the years because I've been here a decade. And then it is just an apartment. This was Michaela's room. It's all kind of... We're going to leave the furniture that's in there behind, maybe help some of the next people. This was the front room. It's not a bad space, if I'm honest. But this was the apartment. This was the home apartment. You will have seen the occasional Christmas video here, stuff like that. Yes, it's all empty now. But if I'm honest, I got the keys to the new place 3 days before the funeral. So trying to like pack stuff up, move and all of that sort of stuff and think about making videos about it was different. Now I haven't made any videos about the work move yet. Where we're talking about the work move, if we go through this way, weirdly what happened is the flat next door came up for rent. So we literally walk out of one room or one door and we go straight into the next. And this was a little normal 1-bedroom apartment. That's my rig. That's the stuff around in there. Now, this was an addition 3 years ago. Some of you will have seen the shower shed. It's an absolute bomb site in there at the moment. We don't need to look at that. Anyway, and this is the filming room. So I think a lot of people seem to think of like YouTubers being millionaires and having massive studios and spaces, but I've literally been working from residential spots. All of those boxes on the right hand side are all old kit, and by old kit I mean like P5K premiums and stuff like that. It's literally, because I'm starting to try and get ready to move now. And at the new place, we do have to do a little bit of decorating and stuff. I did want to whiz around these real quick, but it was just to kind of let you know where we were. And on to the new place. So, as the door gets clumsily closed, and he's going to kick it shut. There we go. Right. So, into the new place. And sadly, when you do first move, there's always that one room that takes a little longer to get sorted out. And that's that one there. So that's where everything's getting dumped. Weirdly, I know I'm going to end up a black silhouette because of the window, but this is a Corsair 600T that George actually sent me, and that's one of the original tooling samples. So I keep weird techie stuff, but anyway, so we'll go into the other rooms. This has got to be sorted out, boxes of stuff. This is templates for possible paint upstairs. It will be a dining room. Then you come into this kitchen sort of dinery sort of communal area. We've actually got a garden now, which he didn't look at, with all the scrapyard transformers outside. Johnny 5 down here, they're all made out of car parts and kind of like, yeah. So much bigger kitchen. I didn't show you how small the kitchen was at the other place, but it was horrible. It's a much bigger space. Now, plans for this place were actually, we were looking before Michaela had even passed. So it was always meant to have had her involved with it as well. But because of what's happened, I actually thought it'd be quite healthy for a fresh start. So this is the downstairs. Now, normally I wouldn't show you this stuff. And I do want to kind of say that I'm not trying to show off or anything like that. I'm just trying to share and get you guys involved so you can see what's going on. And I will show you where the new office is going to be. But we'll go up to the first floor. Hopefully we'll all make it upstairs without broken bones. Nice bum. So that would always have been a storage room. This is actually going to be like overflow for work stuff in the end. It is my old wardrobe. You'll see why I don't need it in a minute. This will probably, and I need to stand away from the window again, this will probably end up being some work-inspired gaming room. Now this space can evolve quite a lot. It was meant to have been Michaela's bedroom, so it's extra space, but we could end up putting a TV in here and a console and a sofa and maybe setting up. This is the old racing rig. If you have a look down there on the floor, you can see a rather battered H440 white and red that I did some custom stuff on. I made the power supply cover for it. I made an entire window for it. So that's an old build, very old build. But we could have a PC set up over here in the corner, and like I said, a sofa bed. There's lots of things that we could do in here. Bathroom, we don't need to show you. This is my bedroom. Now, look at the floor. They're cables. Now that is because everything's over here, and I do have to make cables that go right the way around the outside of the room and then come back out to the TV again. But it's the only way I could have a TV in the middle of the bed so I can sit and catch up with my TV stuff at night. So that's all a work in progress, little ensuite, built-in wardrobe. Look, nerd. Look, we made shelves to go in there and all sorts of stuff. Now, this is normally where like a two-storey house would finish, but I'm actually quite lucky in that we can stare at my bum again and come up to the little filming room. Have a spin around, do a pirouette. Now it's echoing a lot because obviously there's nothing in here at the moment, but this is completely separate. Got an entire floor just for work. So the office stuff's going to come up here, the desks, probably the main filming area is going to be up here as well. It's actually probably going to be here. Now, we are going to, you can hear the echo. I know you can because I can. I'm hoping once all the desks and everything's in here and it's cluttered, it will minimise that. But if I have to put some panels on the wall and that sort of thing, I will do that. But it's this room that I wanted us to get to today, because what's going to happen is I'm going to set up a station for doing some time lapsing. So I have to paint all the walls because they're all plain white, and this will send the camera crazy. It's just like when I used to wear a white t-shirt. You never see me wearing a white t-shirt on film anymore. So walls are going to be going different colours of grey, and it obviously needs to put all the desks in. We need to get all the networking in here. I need to run some cat cable down the side of the house because the routers are in the front room. What will be the dining room, the first room that I showed you, so we need to do all of that. I need to set up, I've got some Asus routers, and we're going to set up meshing so that I can have 5 gigahertz throughout the entire house. Hello over there. It's actually bigger than you'd expect. Now we do have the eaves, so the desks are going to have to come in a little bit, but it's pretty much the entire footprint of the house, this room. It's really big. So I'm hoping we're going to have a couple of good workstations. We're going to have 2 or 3 maybe decent filming areas with being able to spill out to the gaming room downstairs. But I'm going to do a time lapse. So you are going to see me putting tape up. You're going to see me painting the walls. You're going to see me trying where the desks need to go. You're going to see everything getting done. What we might also do is show you the dismantling of the other office as well, if you would like. So this is going to be very vlog, but it's going to be the start of OC3D TV 2020. It's going to be the start of Tiny Tom Logan's new era, all of that kind of like prosthetic, whatever the word is, mumbo jumbo. But I'm trying to show you, share with you, get you guys involved, and then if there's any kind of feedback that you'd like to give to me, all of that sort of thing, we're going to be able to do all of that. Also, we do need to do a subscriber video because I have a new dedicated system for myself I need to build. I have a new dedicated server that I need to build because I need some more storage for stuff, because now I've got a load more files and stuff that are incredibly important to me that I want to keep. And then once we've done those two, I actually am going to do a memorial build for Michaela as well. Whether the memorial build for Michaela ends up being my rig that stays on my desk like Orca did, I don't know, but I therapeutically need to find some use for black and candy red, because that was what her car was, and I'm going to need to put that into a build and trying to do all of that. So it has been an awful long time between when I first got home from Vegas and today, but we only had the funeral on the 6th. So in reality, the fact that, you know, it's not even the end of March and I'm already moved in with home and now I'm starting to move in with work, I think I've actually done personally quite well. Now I'm looking around, I think I might need to get some extra PowerPoints added in the room, but electrician's time, I can get on with that while we're painting as well. So I would love to know your feedback. You will see a re-emergence of me using Instagram a lot more again and Facebook again as I start to do all of this. I'm hoping this is going to be the rocket I needed to get my head back in the game, because it's been a pretty slow year for me. I've not done a lot of stuff. Now you might get bombarded with it. So give me the feedback. Good, yes, like to hear it. Bad, constructive, definitely want to hear from you. But we have had a good tour of the old and the new. But for now, at least, this is Tiny Tom Logan. I don't know whether we're going to call this, the old place we call TTL Towers, but maybe we'll call this TTL Manor or something. But I don't want it to sound pretentious. I'm just trying to make it funny and it be a TTL house. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let me know what you think. Love to hear from you all. Thank you very much for everyone's kind words and support. But for now, at least, this is the tiniest one out. Ding!